What would it be like to live in a society where family lineage follows the mother, where after marriage the husband moves into his wife's home, and where several generations live together and the eldest woman is the head of the household? For the Chru people, this is normal. This is simply their way of life. To really understand them, we need to look closely at their traditions, their spiritual belief, their festivals, their music, and their unique family structure. Hi, my name is Lap Siu. I was born and raised in the Central Highlands of Vietnam, and I have spent many years studying and researching the languages and cultures of the Montagnard people. As an anthropologist from this region, I care deeply about sharing thoughtful, well-researched, and respectful stories about our indigenous communities. Now, let's dive in. Have you ever heard of the Chru people? In the Central Highlands of Vietnam, there is a small indigenous group with a long history, beautiful traditions, and a unique way of life. The name of this group is also spelled Chu Ru. They are not as well known as some other ethnic groups in Vietnam, but their story is fascinating. They have connections to the Cham in history. They practice wet rice farming in the highlands, and they maintain strong cultural traditions. In this video, we will explore who the Chru are, where they live, how they interact with other groups, and how they preserve their identity today. The Chru are one of Vietnam's 54 officially recognized ethnic groups. Their population is a little over 23,000 people. Some live in Ninh Thuận Province, but the majority of their population is concentrated in Lâm Đồng Province, especially in Đơn Dương District in the south central coast region of Vietnam. The Chru language belongs to the Malayo-Polynesian subgroup of the Austronesian language family, specifically the Chamic branch. This connects them historically to the Cham. So the Chru language is related to Jirai, my native language, Cham, Rade or Ede, and Raglai. Some researchers believe the Chru are descendants of Cham group who moved inland from coastal areas into the highlands. Over time, they formed their own distinct community. The name Chru is often explained as meaning land expander. This likely reflects their history as wet rice farmers who moved into new areas, clear lands, and developed irrigation systems to grow rice and sustain their communities in the highlands. The Chru traditionally practiced animism. In this religious system, religious healers are shamans, people who performed rituals and communicated with spirits to heal and protect the community. They believe spirits exist in nature, in the sky, the land, and the forest. These beliefs are closely connected to farming and community life. The Chru people have many rituals, including the harvest rituals where villagers pray for good crops and thank the spirits for protecting their land and families. During the ritual, people play music, dance, drink rice wine, and offer grain or animal sacrifice to the spirits to thank them. Bamboo flutes, mouth organ or rakel in their language, gongs, and drums play an important role in Chru culture. The sound of the gong is not just music, it brings joy and unites the community. The Chru follow a matrilineal system, meaning the oldest woman is the head of the household. Therefore, family lineage is traced through the mother's side. Unlike the Kinh or the Viet people, Chru children take their mother's last names. After marriage, for the first 2 weeks, the wife lives with the husband's family. After that, the husband moves to live with his wife's family for the rest of his married life. The bride's family takes the initiative in arranging the wedding, which shows the important role of women in their society. Traditionally, Chru families lived in longhouses built on stilts. According to my Chru friend Monique, who is a Chru educator, the Chru have 2 types of traditional houses. The one high above the ground is called sang glòng, and the one low to the ground is called sang tơn-ruh. These houses were made of wood and bamboo with thatch roofs. Because of the matrilineal system, several generations of women from the same family lived together in one long house. When daughters married, their husbands joined the household, and the household could be extended to accommodate everybody. So usually several generations live in the same household among the Chru. Sadly, not many longhouses remain today. Most Chru people now live in houses like these, made with bricks, cement, and wood, with a square-shaped and tin roofs, somewhat similar to the houses of other ethnic groups in the region. The Chru are known for wet rice farming. Unlike some highland groups that practice shifting cultivation, the Chru developed irrigation systems to support rice agriculture. This practice continues today, meaning they build canals and water channels to bring streams into their rice fields, helping them grow crops more reliably and sustain a stable agricultural life in the highlands. Rice farming is central to their economy and daily life. Agricultural knowledge has been passed down through generations. They also raise livestock such as water buffaloes, cows, pigs, and even chickens. Some men herd their water buffaloes outside their villages, away from their families for weeks at a time. Of course, they also grow corn, potatoes, and vegetables. In the past, hunting using tools such as crossbows and gathering were part of life as well. Today, many Chru people participate in local markets and the broader economy, interacting regularly with other ethnic groups in their region. By the way, if you appreciate learning about communities like the Chru and you want to support research and cultural preservation work like this one, you can promote this channel through Buy Me a Coffee. Your donation helps continue documenting and sharing these important stories. Thank you so much. Like other groups in Vietnam, the Chru share their region with several other ethnic groups. In Lâm Đồng Province, they live near the Gahaw. Although the Gahaw speak a different language, they share the same highland environment. Markets, trade, and daily interaction connect these communities. The Kinh or Viets, who are the majority ethnic group in Vietnam, have increasingly settled in the Central Highlands over the past century. This has increased interaction between the Chru and the Kinh people. As more Kinh settlers move into areas that have long been part of the Chru people's ancestral homeland, it can place increasing pressure on their land, traditions, and way of life. For the Chru, this is not just a societal change, but a deeply painful reality, as their identity, history, and cultural survival are closely tied to the land of their ancestors. Many Chru today are bilingual, speaking both Chru and Vietnamese. Also, a number of Chru people can speak the Kahal language due to frequent contact between the two groups. For example, my Chru friend Tina, who lives in Đơn Dương District, speaks Kahal language as well. The Chru also share historical and linguistic connections with the Cham due to their Chamic language roots. The shared cultural ties between the Chru and the Cham can be seen in their traditional clothing. The Chru wear simple but really beautiful traditional clothes. The women usually wear black skirts with red and white stripes near the bottom, along with white tops or shawls. The men wear dark woven clothes and often tie white cloth around their heads. Some sources report that due to their proximity to other groups, such as the Kinh, Kahal, and Raglai, the Chru have adopted certain linguistic and cultural features into their way of life. However, they continue to work hard to preserve their unique traditional way of life. Historically, Chru villages were organized under local leadership. Village elders and respected figures guided their community decisions. A village was typically represented by a village headman rather than being known for one nationally famous leader. Chru leadership is community-based and collective. Authority was based on experience, ritual knowledge, and respect within the community. Because of their historical connection to the Cham, the Chru inherited several linguistic features from the Cham language. There are also a number of common words and expressions that appear in both languages, showing a long history of contact and cultural interaction. During French colonial rule and later under the modern Vietnamese government, the Chru were incorporated into the national administrative system. Today, leadership continues at the community level. Village heads, elders, and local representatives help preserve traditions, organize festivals, and represent the Chru within the local government systems. The Chru language is still spoken, but like many minority languages, it faces challenges. Vietnamese is widely used in education and public life, especially among the younger generations. For example, my Chru friend Tina shared that her church congregation includes Chru, Kahal, and Kinh members. They used Vietnamese in church so that everyone can understand the preaching, the Bible reading, and Christian songs. Economic development and migration influence cultural practices as well. However, festivals, rituals, family traditions, and community structures remain strong parts of Chru identity. Preserving language and tradition continues to be important for maintaining their cultural heritage. As I mentioned before, traditionally the Chru practice animism, believing in spirits connected to nature and agriculture. Today, Christianity is spreading among the Chru people. In many communities, Catholicism is more common than Protestantism, influenced historically mainly by French missionaries who lived in the region. Catholicism among the Chru is clearly visible in Ca Đơn Church, located in Đơn Dương District, Lâm Đồng Province. The church has a simple design inspired by traditional Chru architecture and blends naturally with the surrounding pine forest. The church also houses a Chru museum that preserves traditional artifacts and cultural heritage, serving as an important space for both faith and cultural preservation. The Chru people may be small in number, but their culture is rich and meaningful. From wet rice farming in the highlands to matrilineal family traditions, from harvest festivals to the sound of the gongs, they are an important part of Vietnam's diversity. Learning about the Chru help us understand the complexity and beauty of the Central Highlands, traditional homeland of the Montagnards. Before I end, I want to sincerely thank my Chru friends Monique and Tina for helping me with this video. Monique is a dedicated Chru educator who generously shared her knowledge, experiences, and many of the photos and videos you see here. Tina, a Chru who lives in Vietnam and has deep knowledge of her people, has spent a great deal of time educating me about her culture. Thank you both so much. I truly appreciate it. Everyone, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and also leave a comment below. Again, if you would like to support this work, you can donate through Buy Me a Coffee using the link below. Thank you. Bye-bye.